All right, so we're back again to talk about 2018, and the reason for doing this, I was the main supporter of doing this one is because there, like you guys said, dope year for movies in our previous sister podcast. This is basically the 2.0 of our 2018 list. Because it ran so long, we didn't throw in our honorable mentions in that list, so we're just gonna quickly run through them in this video and talk about some films that we didn't have the opportunity to talk about in 2018 that we still thought were really dope and deserved mention. Because again, there are quite a few for me. Just like great year for movies. I just want to quickly just shout out the ones that we already talked about in our top 10 that I thought were really awesome, but you guys had on your list. So for me, that's Isle of Dogs on Victor's list, Thoroughbreds on Matt's list. Yorgos Lanthimos, The Favorite. I was actually really upset that didn't make my list, but it just, go listen to The Favorite podcast. I talked enough about that. Any on
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Sorry, I also have to shout out Paddington 2. I forgot that was on that made Matt's list, which is really dope.
Biggest shout out to Paddington 2, which I want to get into more.
Sorry.
Okay,
and Black Klansman.
Okay.
That was my number 11 pick.
I'm surprised you didn't have it on there.
Yeah, so was I.
It actually went down for the reason you guys liked it, is that Donald Trump clips at the end, and I just think that the metaphor to and references to Donald Trump were so obvious in the movie that just felt like kind of cheating and thinking your audience is kind of dumb. But I still love Black Klansman. Yeah. Dope film.
All right, can I shout out movies on your guys' list? Kirk, shout out for Infinity War.
Yeah.
It's a bold and great pick. I really enjoy that movie. Also, Kirk, shout out Shoplifters. That was a very sweet little movie. I did really enjoy that. Nolan, shout out to First Man. I'm getting there. Don't like the movie as much as you, but you should know that I do like the movie overall. I feel like I feel like sometimes when I don't like things as much as you translate it as I don't.
No,
like
it's just
it.
because every time I hype you up on a movie, you don't love it as much as I wish you did.
True. Okay. Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Whereas the other way, you hype me up and I usually love it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, but okay.
One day
there's movies where you've hyped me up and I loved them, but we'll get into that not on the podcast.
Name one, boss. Name one.
We'll get into it not on the podcast.
I'm just saying one day it'll happen. One day it'll happen.
Buster Scruggs, great pick, Kirk. I really enjoyed that movie, specifically the first vignette. Fucking
so
amazing.
good.
If that vignette was a feature length, it would probably crack my top 10.
I don't know. To me, part of the
I know.
charisma of it is how short it is.
I know.
And the fact that the way it ends and the way it ends is
totally
made
agree.
good by how short it is.
The way it ends and the way it ends.
8th grade on all of yours?
Me and Kirk.
Yeah, you and Kirk. That was a very great movie. Campfire scene fucked me up. And we talked about that. Hereditary on Nolan's list. Excellent movie. Toni Collette was fantastic. Sorry to Bother You on Kirk's list. Yeah, fantastic movie. Paddington 2 we talked about. As far as movies on your guys' list, that's what I got. Yeah. I'm surprised that no one had Spider-Verse on their list. I thought that
I was just gonna say that. I think Spider-Verse and Won't You Be My Neighbor are two that everybody loves.
Yeah, those two were two that I definitely wanted to go a little bit more in depth.
I was surprised to see that was on
They're both ones that I enjoyed. So just going off that, I guess, ones that you guys had that I either loved or was bummed out that I didn't have. Kirk, Buster Scruggs, that movie was high on my list, and just as more movies came out, it just, honestly, it was my number 10 for the longest time, and it was going to be winners.
They can't all be winners.
No, but it was going to be on my list. But then when you saw First Reformed last week, and it just got me hyped on First Reformed, and then I brought that back in even more to number 9, and then Scruggs had to get bumped out.
Get the boot, but
Burning was another one that I fucking loved.
Glad you guys love that movie so much. I'm so excited for Matt to watch it.
Matt, Mission Impossible Fallout. To me, that's the best. That's the best one in the franchise so far.
Heavy agree.
Black Klansman is another one that almost made my list. A film that has a lot of strange controversy behind, but before all the hype of it came out, I saw it, and that is Green Book. I thought it was a really fun movie. Really just touching story about this friendship and this road trip. And then another one that is a fucking awesome movie that I don't think any of you guys have seen yet, but mid-90s. Jonah Hill. Oh, you saw mid-90s? Jonah Hill comes out here with his directorial debut, and he kills it. Yeah, also shout out Incredibles 2.
Well,
Game Night.
we gotta shout out those movies that weren't on anyone's list.
Yeah, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Getting ahead of yourself. Because Game Night, we'll talk about Game Night.
Yeah, I'd like to talk about Game Night.
Alright, quick ones that were on your guys' list. First Man was so close. If it wasn't for how shaky some of the handheld was.
Yeah, that was
it would
my
probably
one
be,
like little gripe.
It could be top 5, honestly. That just pissed me off a lot at some points.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I liked it a lot.
I'm not a fan of. Well, I'm not a fan of shaky cam. So.
Suspiria, all three you had. At Eternity's Gate, I really enjoyed.
I'm really happy.
I did not expect to love
You
it
didn't
so
even
much.
rate it or log it yet.
Because I have 30 minutes left.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to finish that before La Potty, but really upset. Like, you guys came over and I was fast asleep. Did not get a lot of sleep last night, but
yeah, fair enough.
Really upset that I did not get to watch that in time because it may have made my number 10 slot if I watched the rest of it.
Yeah, awesome, man. And you've seen Diving Bell as well. And I know you love that.
Also great.
Yeah.
He uses POV.
Yeah, the POV was dope.
Yeah.
Shoplifters you had. Really, really enjoyed that one.
Mm-hmm.
8th Grade was great. Hereditary.
Oh yeah, Hereditary.
I'll be honest. Too. I want to watch Hereditary again, but I also don't want to go near it again. I have the Blu-ray, and for whatever reason, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna get possessed by owning this. So I try to like hide it.
It's a cursed Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Like
it's
just seeing the Blu-ray freaks me out a bit.
Yeah, Hereditary.
Avengers, I liked. First Reformed, I didn't like as much as all you guys, but I think I need to revisit that one.
Mm-hmm.
Sword of Body was great.
You just need to be an unhappy, full of anxiety, pessimistic scrub to really get that First Reformed feeling going. So no worries on the not love of
on that note, maybe it's good you didn't enjoy it.
Yeah,
I'm happy that you didn't like it.
Yeah, Matt's just a positive guy. We're all negative.
I love love. I love happiness.
Yeah. I'm all in support of that.
Speaking of happiness, I know a movie that didn't make your list that was
me
close.
too.
I was hoping it made your list so we could talk about
shit.
it.
Like we'll get into that in a sec, but
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Should I just throw it up now?
Yeah, let's talk about this first.
Mary Poppins,
Mary Poppins.
Returns. This was so close to making it, but then I was like, Annihilation hit me a little harder. Well, I don't know why. I love this movie. It's just so.
I know a lot of people.
So delightful. Made me so happy.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that gives you the boost.
Exactly.
Yeah,
totally. You're the Mary Poppins guy, and we're the fucking First Reformed guys. You're all about positivity, and we're just these pessimistic fucks. But, one thing I took away from Mary Poppins, I saw it in the theater, packed full, was there were a ton of kids around, and I was sitting beside a bunch of little kids, and they were all having a blast. Like, they were loving it. And I love that.
Yeah. Going off of that, Disney live adaptations. Gotta shout out Christopher Robin because that film was not the greatest, but Ewan McGregor's. I just love that guy so much, and
he was great.
Like people start off by saying that like the Winnie the Pooh and all the like characters looked like creepy in the movie and stuff, and there was a lot of like backlash towards the direction they went with that, but in the end result I thought it was a pretty cute movie, especially Eeyore and Pooh Bear himself, and obviously Paddington like just overshadowed. Like what's the point of another talking bear movie when you have Paddington too? And
Ted.
Nah.
Ted's a banger.
Nah.
I'm memeing.
Ted 2 though, that's a different story.
No, Ted 2 is awful.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Yeah, both of them.
Actually, it's just a side note. There's one scene in Ted 2 at the start when like he was like, yeah, that guy over there was on cocaine, and he shows him punch the guy and jump out the window. You know what scene I'm talking about?
No idea.
It's hilarious.
Can't say I remember too much of Ted 2.
Yeah. I just remember the Jurassic Park theme when they find all the weed.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
I just remember them going at Comic-Con and me hating it. Like,
yeah, that was a really
terrible plot line.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, really overshadowed by Paddington 2, deservedly so on Paddington 2's part, but Christopher Robin was a neat little film.
I just found it weirdly drab for a kids movie.
True, that's fair enough.
Like,
well, it has
kids
that
in Mary
pessimistic
Poppins,
English tone.
Mary Poppins kids were fucking with it. Christopher Robin kids, I think, were just confused.
Fair enough. Yeah, like I said, it's not a perfect movie. I have it lower on my list.
It's nice to just throw on though.
Yeah. Also, Disney, you already mentioned Incredibles 2. Wasn't a huge fan, but there were lots of aspects of the film that I did enjoy for sure.
I think animation wise this year with the three biggies, Isle of Dogs, Spider-Verse, and the I didn't see that, but with Isle of Dogs, Spider-Verse, and Incredibles 2, there's no denying that animation wise and visually they just all blew me away.
Yeah, Spider-Verse especially, I think.
Yeah.
Even though like Isle of Dogs, the animation is insane to the detail and aspect point. The detail and just the level of quality in the film is ridiculous. I feel like Spider-Verse is definitely, to me, the most innovative animation of the year, and it's a style that is definitely gonna get copied so much, and we're just gonna get sick of it.
Shitty movies,
and we're gonna get sick of it so fast.
Yeah,
it's gonna be ridiculous.
All three of those movies, what I like about the three big ones is they all have a completely different animation approach to them, but with animation wise and visually, they all just nail it perfectly. Isle of Dogs with the stop motion, Spider-Verse with the kind of comic aesthetic, and
almost cel-shaded and weird.
Yeah, and Incredibles 2 with the classic Pixar livelihood of it all.
Yeah. Speaking of Spider-Verse, it was sick that it won the Academy Award, but the real award that was pretty sick that it got nominated for is the Razzie Redeemer Award for Sony Pictures in general. It was their redemption movie because Sony Pictures, fuck, they make shit movies. Venom.
What
Amazing
so
Spider-Man.
many people,
Venom?
Not yet,
so many
but I know
people
it's
don't
awful.
realize that Venom is shit for some reason.
There are a lot of
I
people.
keep seeing people that are like, Venom is so
Yo,
good.
did you see Venom yet, bro?
It's worth
I'm like,
watching.
It's worth watching, but not in a good way.
Like,
what's that?
It's worth
funny.
watching, but not.
No, not because it's good.
It's funny in a cringy
hilarious,
way.
Yeah.
I like when he eats.
I would actually watch it again.
Amazing
gladly.
Spider-Man 2.
That
That
movie's
movie's
so
hilarious.
Funny. Yeah.
Where did I just see it? Mandy.
Mandy was.
I just scrolled to Mandy. I did not like it at all.
Yeah, I know
I was
we're divided on the Mandy.
In the mid, like
I was
I was very on the fence.
underwhelmed.
I liked a lot of it. I disliked a lot of it.
It's definitely a film made for certain types of people, and
Yeah.
I feel like in order to appreciate Mandy, you have to have some level of appreciation for like just bad 80s horror films, and like because it plays off that so much, and just how ridiculous Nick Cage was, and seeing this in
he
a
was the best
theater-
part
Well,
of the
that's
movie.
when it gets the best. That's when Mandy
the
is
bathroom
the best.
scene.
I was
Yeah, the
about to
bathroom
say
scene's
it
amazing.
gave us one of the best scenes of the year, which was the bathroom scene, and along with House That Jack Built, best shot of the year being Nick Cage with blood all over him, smiling, looking at the camera, driving the car, fucking scary and hilarious at the same time.
Yeah.
I have another ridiculous but fun horror movie.
Oh
on
yeah,
here.
happy. No.
Overlord.
Overlord. Oh,
Overlord.
I heard good things about it actually.
Overlord starts out as one of the best shot war films I've seen in quite some time. Like, it's weirdly impressive, and then it just gets more and more ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking fun. That's the one. Like, I have everything ranked for 2018, and I have it at 20, and no matter what I put above it, I keep it at 20 for whatever reason.
Oh, you have Suspiria and At Eternity's Gate and Shoplifters.
Yeah, I got them all
back to back right after
Overlord.
Damn.
Overlord, I get why people don't like it, but just it's so ridiculous, and I love it for that.
Yeah.
And it's just fun from start to finish. There's some really impressive practical and CGI effects.
It's dope
So
that
that-
they did that in
That is dope.
2018. Also, you saw Upgrade, right?
I did. I didn't love Upgrade.
Okay. I heard some decent things about Upgrade, but I didn't get a chance to see it. So that's still a film that is on my radar too.
Upgrade was cool. I just didn't find it was done great.
I heard it was a better Venom. Also, shout out. Sorry, go ahead, Nolan.
No, I was actually just gonna ask Victor any on your end that you want to mention.
Like honorable mentions.
Yeah, or just random films.
Well, I just want to ask: have any of you guys seen Leave No Trace?
No,
No,
I didn't get.
Hayes dropped it with the 5 stars.
I know. I gave it 2.5,
which has me pumped to see it.
I thought there was a lot to appreciate, but it didn't do too much for me personally.
Okay.
So not really an honorable mention. I was just curious if you guys saw it. Vox Lux was close. Like had a lot of amazing things going for it.
Defoe.
Defoe's narration was
awesome.
The
first
10 minutes of the movie are fucking fantastic.
We both thought it was gonna be a masterpiece.
Yeah.
The first 10 minutes
just
in.
How crazy that opening scene is, and then the opening credits.
Yeah, it was like damn.
Fantastic. Yeah. For movies that weren't on your guys' list, Bad Times at the El Royale.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention that.
For me.
Yeah, that was
a lot of fun.
There are a lot of movies this year that have such, like, you already brought up Vox Lux, which I hadn't seen, but such dope, like, scenes that really, really stood out. And I know we all found this scene. Well, Matt, I don't know your reaction, but the clapping scene.
That's still one of my favorite
when
scenes of
she's
the year.
singing and
yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
And he's digging, and the tension is.
I know, one of the best scenes of the year. None of you guys. Sorry.
I love the symmetry and everything with just the shots of the hotel.
Yeah.
And just the set design as a whole is so great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the costuming too.
Like they basically made their own little world in just this kind of tacky motel.
It's a very Tarantino kind of movie, but,
I'm
not complaining. I'm not complaining about it.
No, he did pretty well. And none of you guys saw this movie, but Utoya, July 22nd was a pretty harrowing recount of the awful terrorist tragedy in
Swedish, correct?
In Sweden, yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it was great. They Birdmaned the movie, but like literally, I'm pretty sure like it's all one take, like no edits or anything.
Jeez.
And it's pretty intense. There are moments where like you're kind of waiting for the next thing to happen, but for most of it, you're really like put there with them, and like all the moments of them waiting and hiding, you're just like so tense.
Damn.
I recommend it for sure. It's definitely a pretty crazy experience. Searching. I know that.
I was about to mention Searching.
Oh my god, Searching.
Searching is
okay.
Awesome.
I was surprised that did not make your list.
The reason I wanted to do this honorable mentions podcast
was
just to talk about how much I love Searching.
Searching's awesome.
And it's so crazy to me that this film exists and how good it is.
Yeah.
Because these films have been done so poorly in the past, and they've been nothing but shit. Shit, like just pure shit.
Unfriended.
Like no redeeming qualities.
Holy fuck, Unfriended.
No redeeming qualities. And then Searching comes along and proves that this can be done.
Yeah.
And done well.
Yeah.
Like, even just that opening scene. The opening scene where just through random shit happening on a computer, the passage of whole family.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So well.
Like, there's lots of brilliance in that movie, and it was really close to making that list.
The first half for me was like they especially did it so well.
Yeah, I agree.
I do think towards the end it sort of gets a little exposition heavy because of the limitations of the concept.
Yeah.
But it's sort of bound to go that way given where the story goes. But at the same time, there was just so much to appreciate given the limitations of that concept and how well it was executed.
Yeah, it handled it super intelligently. Like just the different aspects of like computer technology and like the internet that they implemented into this movie and into the plot are just like there's so many genius moments where like
security cameras.
Yeah.
Like the way they use different aspects of that to tell the story itself, like how the operating system changes to show time passing.
Yeah.
That's our understanding of time passing. How the desktop of the interface becomes cluttered the further we go in. How we see little hints at little bits that foreshadow deeper into these characters. Something that I wanted to bring up about this movie is Climax and Roma, 2 films that all of us agree that like seeing them in theaters, way better experiences.
Yeah.
To me, Searching is a weird film where I think seeing it on Blu-ray is like an optimal experience because I'm not saying the images move too fast to properly digest them, but there's so much going on within this screen and within this digital space, and it's giving you so much information at once that when I saw it on Blu-ray, when I was able to pause this film and read all of the text messages,
I see what you mean,
it added so much to the film for me.
That's going off. Sorry, I was just going off that. I felt that way about certain movies, like going back to the lad Fincher, but with The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, there are a lot of moments where you get these.
Oh, for sure.
I agree that a lot of times watching it on Blu-ray is better because there's all these emails and shit going down between characters on computers that while I watch it, just to make sure I know what's going on, I have to pause it and literally read who's sending what to who and what are they saying in the email, because things are just happening. And that's a really good point that you bring up with searching.
Yeah, I love the way that they created these characters in the digital space. They went and made in-depth Tumblr and Instagram accounts for these characters and all these things. Like what I was saying earlier about the small details, there's a scene early on where we see the text messages of the main character, and there's one message that was recently received that was left unchecked, and it was from this random character who we never hear from again, some female name, and it's just like, I really enjoyed our time together last week. Let's meet up again and go on another date, basically. And it says like read, but he hadn't responded to that message, and it had been like 3 days. And that says so much about the character. It says that he's not ready to move on from.
Yeah, that's such a good point.
Like, it was little aspects like that blew me away. And that's why, like, Searching, I just want to talk about Searching. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's great. Another one, I don't know, Matt, you definitely saw it, but Halloween, did you guys see Halloween?
Oh, I didn't get the chance to see Halloween.
Halloween I fucked with. Like, it had a lot of flaws, but it was just so much fun.
Yeah. That's one of those ones where there's a lot of issues, but there's a lot of also great shit that more than makes up for it.
There were a lot of moments where I was like, fuck yeah, like some of those tracking shots with Michael Myers.
They're insane.
Yeah.
If you
Throwbacks
told me
to
that
OG Halloween.
The OG Halloween
Danny
is great.
McBride and David Gordon Green made a fantastic slasher movie.
Yeah.
I would not believe you.
Victor, do you have another one there for us?
Well, just to name off a couple, I want to mention If Beale Street Could Talk.
Oh, I was gonna save that one because.
Oh, were you?
Like, we all.
Let's just talk about
so bad for not
loving
it.
Yeah,
Barry Jenkins is.
I feel similar about Blind Spotting too. I feel bad.
Barry Jenkins is such a lad. The score is fantastic. I think that the intentions behind the film and the way he handled it is like absolutely gorgeous.
The colors.
It's
a beautifully shot movie.
You can just see the passion and the work that he put into it.
Totally. And the performances, I emotionally resonated with the performances in a few scenes quite a bit. Like when they first bought their house and they're out in the streets. And
I love that scene.
That scene really touched me.
Carrying the fridge.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But I wish I got that throughout the entire film, because there were just too many scenes where I wasn't really caring about what was happening.
Yeah. Also, too, I think Barry Jenkins, sorry, I'm coughing a little bit here. But like I said, Barry Jenkins, you can tell he put in a lot of effort into this film, and I think that in a couple areas he almost tried to go too far. One element specifically for me was the voiceover. Yeah. It really just did not work for me.
Yeah. It worked for me in a few scenes, but it got tired after a while.
I just didn't find it to be necessary.
Yeah.
Like a scene that I really loved too was there were a few when he gets pushed up against the wall with the like red on it, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying, but like another one was when they're first discussing her pregnancy. That was dope. All the different reactions.
Holy fuck! I loved that scene.
They crack open the
like at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
right?
They crack open the good wine.
That was my favorite. That's up there for my favorite scene in the movie.
The dad is such a lad,
and
the guy's mom though was such a cartoony, over the top character.
Same with that police officer, man. That police officer was shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah.
he was so corny, man.
So bad.
Yeah,
I hated that scene so much.
I hated it.
I liked the writing. It was written kind of like a stage play, which Nolan, I know you didn't really enjoy, but it just really worked for me for some reason.
It made
it
it
would have worked
poetic
for
to
me more.
Which
Yeah.
I think made with how beautiful the score and cinematography work with it.
I
think
totally
that would
agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we done talking about Beale Street? There's a couple others I want to shout out that I don't know if we talked
I
about.
got a few.
I got a few
off here.
too. Sorry, like another movie that one scene really stood out because we got a bunch of these, right?
Yeah.
Widows.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The gymnasium scene.
I watched it again yesterday.
It's incredible.
And that-
Daniel
Daniel Kaluuya in that
whole
scene
movie.
is just so fucking
The
intimidating.
camera.
Yeah.
The way it
Oh my
spins
God.
around. Just,
That's one of my most disappointing movies of the year, though.
Same, because
'Cause
Steve
Steve
McQueen
McQueen
is
is
one of
a
my
master.
fucking favorite directors.
He
Like,
is a master.
He's incredible. Every other movie I've seen from him is like a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I
Toby's
really
just like
enjoyed
is one of
Widows
my.
still.
What's that?
I liked Widows a lot. I know you guys
Yeah.
didn't.
I
love
wish
it,
I
but
loved it, man.
I liked it.
Ugh.
I just didn't love it.
Yeah,
like
I
his other
liked it, but I
films.
was very disappointed.
Like
by
I'm,
it.
I thought it
I'm
was
at a
okay,
decently
to be
strong
honest.
4 out of 5 on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were gonna say like another one?
Oh yeah, I don't think we've talked about "Won't You Be My Neighbor" yet.
Oh yeah,
I mentioned
that's
it
another
briefly.
big one for me.
Like, holy
yeah, I'm
shit,
surprised
this
that didn't
movie.
make your list.
It was so close.
This
too.
movie really touched me. Like I cried multiple times throughout, and
Same.
just this movie genuinely just wanted me to be a better person. Like I'm not even kidding.
Good.
Like
The
like
thing about
the next like 48 hours of my life after watching this movie, I just found I was
like
I'm not aggressive, but I was definitely even less aggressive and just more patient
less aggressive when you're playing Call of Duty.
yeah, exactly.
You're toning it down a little
yeah,
bit.
exactly.
But
But it was just so fucking beautiful. Mr. Rogers is such a genuinely great human being. Like he's the GOAT.
I had a hard time. He is. I was just gonna say I had a really hard time rating that movie.
Oh,
'Cause
me too.
I didn't know if I was like you and
You
I were
had this
talking about.
discussion, yeah.
We didn't know if we were rating the movie or Mr. Rogers.
Yeah,
Or we
and
didn't know
I
what to
think,
rate,
I think
yeah.
my reaction wasn't from the movie; it was from Mr. Rogers.
Yeah,
But regardless, there's something to be said about a film that can make me feel that way.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
even if it is carried by Mr. Rogers.
exactly.
Are you not
So-
saying that the footage they used and like the way in which they
the way it's
delivered the
edited
footage,
is
yeah,
good, yeah.
Of course.
exactly.
That's why I gave it a high rating.
That's like the point of documentary that you have.
Yeah.
To
Yeah. If I was just rating Mr. Rogers though, I'd
10
give
out
it
of
a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. There should be a letterbox for people. Just rate people.
While we're
Mr.
on-
Rogers.
isn't
I
that
know, it's
Black Mirror
terrible.
episode?
It's terrible, but Mr. Rogers would be one of my few 5 out of 5s.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of docs, there's one that almost had my free solo spot.
Ooh. Oh,
Which is
Three Identical
Identical
Strangers. I
Strangers.
really
True.
want
I
to
have
see
Yes.
this.
that. I have that taped at home.
Fucking
I hear it's
crazy.
awesome. Yeah, you told me
Like-
it's crazy.
You'll be watching it and be like, "Oh, this is so nice," and then realize there's like an hour left.
Yeah.
And shit hits the fan.
Damn.
It is nuts.
Fuck.
Last really high one on my list that I want to
Okay,
mention
okay.
is You Were Never Really Here.
Yeah,
Have you guys
that's
I
all
want
saw
to
it?
talk about that too.
This movie's
Dude,
amazing. This was
Taxi
my
driver
number.
walked so you never really hear could fly.
Amanda's
No, I'm
review.
kidding.
Shout out Amanda's review.
Shout out Amanda.
Amanda, shout out, but you need to chill with that statement. No, You Were Never Really Here
They
is great. I mean,
Cannot.
Joaquin Phoenix
the
beat
best
the fuck
Joaquin
up for
Phoenix of the year.
Yeah.
The best Joaquin Phoenix performance of the year. I don't care
I
what
think
Victor
so.
says.
Maybe.
Sisters,
Maybe.
brothers.
Maybe. But the way the film explores PTSD is just like fucking terrifying, and it's so effective with how it's communicated through the editing.
How'd you feel about the hallway scenes with the CCTV or whatever?
I liked it.
I love those scenes.
Which
Pretty good.
scenes?
When he's going through the house and just wreaking havoc, but we don't see it from his perspective at all. We see it from the
Oh yeah,
cameras,
those are
the
dope.
black and white
I
cameras.
really
that see
like
the
those.
house.
I like that too.
Yeah. It's just such a depressing film to me. Like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
fucking ending too
Yeah.
is so
Jesus
depressing.
I love that
Lynn
shot with
Ramsey's-
him in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where he's like sinking himself into the
Yeah.
water with
Yeah.
the rocks. Lynn Ramsey's.
I really need to see more
I
of her
need to
movies.
see more of her
Yeah,
movies.
she's
I really fucked with You Were Never Really Here.
she's a genius for sure.
Yeah.
I just want to say one more thing about Won't You Be My Neighbor before we move on.
Yeah.
One thing about that movie that like kind of said a lot to me about like the world we live in was I was talking to
Oh.
someone about the movie and I was like, yeah, did you see the documentary about Mr. Rogers? And they're like, oh no, not Mr. Rogers. I love Mr. Rogers.
Yo.
They just had the expectation of this like not to discredit the Me Too movement, but like the expectations we have of people nowadays is if there's a film made about them,
That's sad.
like yeah,
That's just like that Leaving Neverland.
Yeah,
documentary that's out now.
Are you guys
Michael
gonna watch
Jackson.
that?
I think I will, to be honest, but I'm a little
I
scared
started
to.
last night.
like
It's gonna.
like I said, I'm not trying to discredit those. It's just sad that so many human beings are terrible enough to like where the point where there's so many of these stories and not enough Mr. Rogers stories, and
Yeah,
that's what
totally.
That's such
that's
a good
what
way
makes
to word it. Yeah.
Won't You Be My Neighbor so special and important.
The scene with the kid in the wheelchair, man.
Yeah.
Oh my
shit.
god! I know he's such an angel.
The film is also not afraid to show his flaws, though. Like,
Yeah.
there's
Oh,
the point.
totally.
There's the point where the gay black guy that was on the show is talking about how he couldn't come
Fred,
out
is
right
it?
away.
Yeah.
So, like there was a
I forget
bit of
his name,
diciness there, but
Yeah.
you see him learning from that and then bettering himself.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
and-
such a
yeah.
complicated topic
Yeah.
at the time that, like, I understand where he was coming from, but like the patience is incredible. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, that's so fucked up. And this poor guy had to sacrifice so much too. That guy was
Totally.
awesome too.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
Also,
I've heard.
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I've heard lots of people say that like this is such an important movie for like 2018.
Yeah,
which like I agree with, and like such an interesting parallel that I found when watching the movie. I forget exactly what Mr. Rogers is trying to teach his audience in the scene they were showing. I think it's like acceptance or tolerance or something, but it was when he was like playing with the puppets or whatever, and the one puppet was in the castle, and like he wanted to like build a wall
Yeah,
to
the
keep
wall.
the other people
Oh
out.
my god.
That happened, and I was just like, holy fuck. Like,
Holy shit.
watching that now is
Is this
just
the
like
Simpsons
crazy.
like, predictions? Also, like, again,
Crazy
about the
it's
flaws.
it's fucked, man.
Yeah.
Not the flaws, but like a different
It's-
side of Mr. Rogers is hinted at sometimes, where you're like, he wasn't always like he struggled. There was a struggle for him to keep doing what he was doing,
Totally.
and like it just makes it more human. Like, because you feel like the level of his how good of a person he is almost inhuman, but you get these people telling him like, no, he struggled to maintain this, but he did because he's just such a patient human being. And yeah, like a part I loved is that one guy who was working behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
He's just this like tattooed like weird guy, like swears a bunch during the movie. Like he takes a picture of his ass or whatever and sends that to Mr. Rogers, and she's like, these are the guys who are working with him, and like we never would have known that if there weren't this documentary.
Just back to what you were saying, Victor.
Yeah.
On the wall scene in Mr. Rogers, it's a lot like I put in quotations happy accident because it works well for the film, but it's sort of like that scene in Boyhood when Ethan Hawke and his son are talking, and they're like, "Yeah, do you think there's ever going to be another Star Wars movie out in the future one day?" Yeah, I don't know.
I
and then
totally forgot
and then
about
the
that. That's
movie, you know, all these years later comes out, and there is another
Yeah.
Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
It's just like that element.
That's awesome.
It's sort of like that element in Mr. Rogers where years later that little
Accidentally
scene
predicted.
accidentally fucking that
Yeah.
scene works so well.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Any others?
Yeah, such a beautiful movie. I mean,
I got to shout two quick scenes that I really like from movies that were all right. The Old Man and the Gun, love Tom Waits in that movie. When he talks about the Christmas tree, that's such a great dialogue and hilarious story. So shout out to that. Ant-Man and the Wasp, surprising great scene in that movie with the reference to Morrissey. I really like that scene where he's talking about his mom's old like I don't know, restaurant or whatever, and he brings up the fact that there was this shrine to Morrissey. It's just so random. And Morrissey's just such a fucking weird character or weird person that
hell yeah.
the fact that he shows up in a Marvel movie or is referenced in a Marvel movie is so strange.
That is very bizarre.
Yeah, really like that scene. Also, Crazy Rich Asians.
I really, really enjoyed Crazy Rich Asians.
Dope,
see it.
decent film. Aquafina in that film really stood out to me.
She's hilarious.
I'm so excited for this new movie that she's going to be in, The Farewell. That's going to come out in 2019. But yeah,
Was that at
Awkwafina's dope.
Sundance?
Yeah, that was the one that got a lot of
Yeah, I've
attention
heard
at
a lot of good
Sundance.
things about that.
Are we gonna chat a little bit about game night?
Yeah, game night for sure.
Oh, game night is like such a fun
I don't know
movie.
why that's not on my
That
2017 list.
That movie is a lot more well shot than it needs to be.
It's weirdly well shot.
Fucking Jesse Plemons.
Yes,
Yo!
so good.
Easily the best
snubbed for best supporting actor, man.
Get
Like,
outta here.
dude, he's fucking great in it.
I'm glad he's
come
so good in
on.
Game Night because of how weirdly
weird.
used he is in Vice.
Yeah, that's not his fault.
Dude, he's in so many like random things.
The Master.
Yeah, The Master.
Fargo.
Breaking Bad. He's
Breaking
awesome
Bad.
in
Yeah, Breaking Bad. He's amazing in Fargo.
I really like him.
Yeah, but he just stands out as the
He's making all
comedic
this up as he goes
all-star.
along.
Great.
Don't you see that?
And just like the direction the movie takes is fucking hilarious. It does a lot of stuff that Arrested Development did back in the day that
Like
I really
Jason
enjoyed.
Bateman.
I fucking love Michael C. Hall's random appearance
Michael C. Hall. Like, when does he appear in the movie?
at the very end.
The
I
whole
like the
cast
villain.
is so good.
Or like the villain at the end of the
villain.
movie.
Who's Michael C. Hall again?
The guy who plays Dexter.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember him at all.
Really?
I remember it now.
Okay, it might be coming to me.
Damn, that's weird. I was so shocked when he came
Oh.
on screen.
Also, a couple other film-related documentaries I want to mention. The Love Me When I'm Dead, the Netflix documentary about Orson Welles. I found that to be very fascinating. Also, Film Worker, another documentary on Netflix about Leon Vitali, Stanley Kubrick's right-hand man, who I didn't realize how much fucking work this guy did for this man. So you guys should definitely check this out if you're such big Kubrick fans, which
Yeah, he's
I
pretty
know
cool.
many people are, and you guys are.
Yeah,
So
huge fan.
Did
you
you
should check
have
out
you seen
that.
also S for Stanley?
No, but it's high on my watch list. I really want to
one's
see
pretty
that.
dope, too.
Did you guys see Cam? The Netflix movie
No.
Cam?
No, I heard it was okay.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. It was more fun than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the other ones that I want to mention aren't very good. Like,
Yeah, I just searched through my list and I...
Gaudy is fun, but it's so terrible.
Nolan, you and I saw this together, and you haven't mentioned it yet.
It's because I forgot to throw it in there.
Cold War.
Cold War.
Which has
War
some
is
super
gorgeous.
dope moments. Yeah.
I really want to
Yeah.
see it.
The
It's-
music aspects of it just, oh my god, those
Yeah.
ones got to me.
Oh,
Yeah, the start when they're
Oh.
recording all the folk music and stuff,
The music
blew
is
me
amazing.
away.
And
the choreography,
yeah,
dance movies, man.
the cinematography as well.
It's stunning.
So good. And also, did you know that the Love Me When I'm Dead and Mr. Rogers were done by the same guy?
Yeah.
I did know that.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They're
Isn't
both
it-
great.
Yeah, they're both
Yeah.
great. Both Netflix movies, and both like just great deconstructions of different characters
Mhm.
Totally.
or different
Yeah.
iconic people.
While we're on the foreign film train with Cold War, Capernaum was also really good.
I
I
heard
didn't see
mixed
that,
things
yeah.
about that.
You had me worried because you told me you heard mixed things, but I really enjoyed
Yeah.
it. Like the main kid is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's the second best foreign film nominee that has kids stealing shit, which I find a little funny.
That's awesome.
But it's really charming, and also deals with some pretty fucked subject matter.
Right.
So the way it balanced like the cuteness of this kid and then a little kid that he comes to contact with, I liked a lot. Also, I'm gonna shout out Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom because I know I'm the only person that
Finally,
liked it.
we're waiting. We were waiting for that shout out, Matt.
That's my shit. There's dinosaurs. Also, Can You Ever Forgive Me just for the performances alone is so great.
I want to see that so bad.
Richard E. Grant is one of my favorite people now.
Yo, you need to see With Nail and I, like, so bad.
Will do.
That's one of my favorite performances of all time. Is Richard E. Grant in With Nail and I.
He's a lad.
Another great performance one. Glenn Close and the wife is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I've heard she's amazing in that. And
I heard like that's the only good thing about the movie.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too.
It's a pretty good movie. Like it's nothing spectacular, but it's fairly interesting.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Victor.
No, never mind. I think it was a 20. I haven't even seen it. I was gonna ask Matt about it, but I think it was a 2017 movie.
Which one's that?
The Tale.
The Tale.
that-
I saw
that's
the
a-
Tale.
that's a
That's
2018.
2017.
That's
right?
2018.
No, it's 2018.
Oh,
It's
it is.
2018.
It's 2017
The Tale
in quotations.
The Tale is fucked up.
Yeah, I wanted
It's
to know what you guys thought of it.
really
Yeah.
good though. I
It
found.
it's about the director. Like it's the director telling us kind of like Roma telling a story about.
Yeah.
And man, oh my god, it's it's
Yeah, I'm surprised you
For
didn't bring
me,
up that one because
I forgot to
Yeah, I
bring it
was-
up.
I
I
was-
was going to, but you guys were talking.
I just
so
kept
didn't
looking
yet.
over it here.
But to me, that might have been the most disturbing movie of the year.
And
like,
really?
Elizabeth Debicki
I
from Widows.
don't get me
is
wrong.
great.
Eighth
Climax
grade,
is
man.
my best movie of the year.
Obviously.
Eighth grade is
Eighth
cringy
grade
in the
is
best way.
disturbing, man.
No, you guys, do you even know what the tale is about?
No, don't
No,
tell me. 'Cause
no.
I might watch it.
Like,
yeah,
you might be
you'll,
right.
you'll watch it and then you'll be like, no, Nolan's right. Like that movie is fucking disturbing.
Well,
Especially with just how the social climate is with some stuff right now.
It's
Right.
fucked.
another
and it's
fuck
so
movie,
sad.
Revenge, man.
I still haven't
Oh, I
seen it,
didn't
but it's
see
on
Revenge.
Shudder. So
Yeah,
I
it's
would-
on
I would be
Shudder.
watching
French
that soon.
extremism.
French extremism,
Gucci.
dope movie. Like I would check out
I've heard
Revenge.
really great things.
Did
Yeah.
anyone see
Vic-
Wildlife?
No, that was one I really wanted to see.
I thought it would be incredible, and
It looks
I
awesome.
enjoyed it, but I was let down.
Oh, really?
It looks
I've
pretty
seen
awesome.
so much praise for Carey Mulligan, and it's a strong performance, and I think she's great. But I found that when Jake Gyllenhaal, because in the movie he like goes to fight fires or some shit,
Mm-hmm.
and when he's off, it just
movie's
loses
off.
a lot of steam.
I remember you saying that in your review.
Yeah.
And you can Paul Dano hasn't directed anything else, but you can tell it's him. Like you can feel his
Interesting.
That's
acting
cool.
through it.
Yeah,
Because
fucking love
he's
Paul
so
Dano.
toned
Paul
down
Dano's
and,
so good.
Yeah.
and like flat,
He's
but effectively
awesome.
flat in the
He's
movie.
done so many good things.
Also, cinematography in that is surprisingly great.
Yeah, I remember you saying that it has some of the best
There-
shots
there's,
of the year.
There's one shot where you see, I don't remember who the fuck it is, but it's a shot of the outside of a store and you see everything going on inside of it.
That's cool.
And then there's just, I think it's a train station or something, but it's just gorgeous. Like,
yeah,
it looks like a.
I'm
it
gonna
looks
check
like a
this out
painting.
soon as hell.
Yeah.
I tried to watch it, but I couldn't find a good copy of it. This was like a month ago. Yeah, and then so it was just you who saw mid '90s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Victor. Both of you guys. I think you, Victor, and you, Kirk, would really like mid '90s because of the kind of.
I'm excited for the music.
Yeah.
Jonah
music
Hill's a
is
big
great.
hip hop head.
It
What's
has
that play?
it has that slice of life Harmony Korine kind of aesthetic to it, which Harmony Korine even makes a little appearance in the movie, which is
Really?
pretty
That's
awesome.
awesome.
If you blink and you miss it, it's the funniest, pointless little cameo ever, but
That's
it's
awesome.
hilarious. Yeah, and I thought that movie was fantastic.
Yeah, two
I don't know what
more
else.
two more movies I want to shout out here. This one you guys need to hop on at some point when you get a chance to see it, and that's Birds of Passage.
I can't wait.
It's like an art house version of Goodfellas, and it ties like culture and tradition into like dreams and symbolism that like I don't completely understand yet, but I'm really like excited to see it again. And it's gorgeous. The costumes are great. The way it tackles family and I don't know, just crime in general is pretty sick.
I've seen
Yeah.
the trailer like 3 times because I was at TIFF
Yeah.
a bunch
Yeah.
reading week.
That's awesome. Like, yeah, I saw the trailer before Shoplifters, and that's what made me want to go see the movie. Also, Brandon Habes 5-star review. Shout out to that because
Shout out to Brandon Habes,
Yeah,
the lad.
every episode. What defines a lad?
Oh, we should.
That's
talk
a subject
about
we'll tackle.
that.
but
we'll tackle it eventually. Yeah.
We'll do an entire episode.
What it means to be a lad.
What it means to be a lad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the last movie I want to shout out here, The Death of Stalin. All right.
Oh, I
I've
wish
been
I saw
meaning
that.
to watch it for so long.
This movie was fucking hilarious. It did something to me that was pretty unique with the period piece, and especially that of Russian, like cinema. They just totally ignored everything with the accents and stuff. Steve Buscemi has his
I really want to see this
full New York accent going on.
movie. Yeah.
All the other
That's
characters are
fucking
British.
hilarious.
There's no attempt at realism in terms of the accents and stuff, and it gives the movie a weird surreal tone to it, and just the way these characters navigate the climate of Stalin era Russia and the dangers of death and the stakes are just ridiculous, and so many hijinks ensue, and I really like The Death of Stalin. That one came pretty close to making my list as well.
Oh, one last one while we're on the topic of Russia. I don't know if it's technically a 2018. I've seen
I
it
know
in
what you're gonna
2018,
say.
but I've also seen it a lot earlier, and I think it is earlier. I watched the Road movie the other day. It's fucking nuts.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Red Sparrow.
Nah, the Road movie is my shit. It's so fucking crazy.
Yeah, I was surprised it wasn't on your list.
I don't think it's 2018.
It's true.
I've just
I
seen
wanna
it
check it
as
out
that,
now,
so
you
I'm
know,
like,
heights.
I'll throw it in here.
Yeah.
A couple other ones that I feel like we should kind of gloss over, just because they were really popular. A Star Is Born. I
Had some
enjoyed
great
it.
things going for it, and then
Tell me something, girl.
Oh,
Still haven't seen it.
music's great, performances are great.
Bradley
messy,
Cooper's really
messy, uninteresting second act.
yeah, I'd agree with that.
Hanging
Yeah.
with Bradley Cooper.
I just thought it was solid.
Yeah.
I wasn't blown away by it, but then the other popular one. Let's quick talk about this. Bohemian
I don't
Rhapsody.
want to.
Let's go.
I haven't seen it.
The other
Oh
popular
yeah, you
one,
didn't see it. You've only seen the.
I haven't seen either.
I've only seen the best scene.
Black
of the year.
Panther, man.
I like
Oh,
I
Black
like
Panther.
Black
forgot
Panther
about
a lot
Black
too.
Panther.
I know Victor's not a fan.
I'm not a fan either.
Nolan's not a fan. But
This is a sleeping.
I
movie.
couldn't care less about that movie. Not to be a savage.
I remember. I think didn't we see it like the same day, and then
Yeah, we did. You
I
posted
hit it
your
with like a
review.
9.
You gave it like a 4.5, and I was like,
I was very
Fuck.
hyped on it right away.
Yeah.
Come down.
yeah, to me it's like up there among like probably my third or second favorite Marvel movie. It just
Damn.
does so much in terms of costumes and world building that
And apparently the best score of 2018.
yeah.
Yeah, apparently all you need to do is download some tracks off of freemusicarchive.org and you'll have the best score of 2018.
yeah, that was kind of a joke.
No, some of the trappy little beats were pretty good.
That was the soundtrack, though. That's not the score.
No,
Yeah.
no, some of it is in the score. Some
Is
of it
it
is in the
though?
score. Some of like the trappy little beats, I'm pretty sure is in. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's the soundtrack.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's that movie. There's another one I didn't see, but it has two of my favorite actors in, and it doesn't seem like a very good movie based on what I've heard and some of the scenes I've seen, and that is Vice.
Oh yeah. Not
fuck
the
Vice.
best.
Not the best.
Pretty shit.
The acting looks pretty good, and
It's the most weirdly edited movie I've
the
seen
performances look really cool
in a
though.
while.
It tries to do an F for fake and tries to do the video essay, but just fails at it. You can't turn a biopic in. Well, I'm not saying you can't. Like someone could definitely do this, but you taking the biopic format and turning it into a video essay feels so.
I don't know. The
That's
Big
a hard-
Short kind of does it.
I haven't seen the Big
Kind
Short yet.
of.
I've wanted to.
The
for
Big
a
Short's a lot better, but Vice just does not do it well. Yeah.
Yeah, that probably does it, For
while. I think
Yeah,
so.
2018. So
Happy
yeah,
New Year.
happy New Year. Thanks for listening to our quick little divulge of the best of the rest, and
Bye-bye.